Hey everybody, my name is Dara, and today we're going to be doing the 26 book challenge that I saw done by a model who's read, but I'm not entirely sure who originally did it. A book that you own but haven't read. And that would be Let It Snow by John Green. I have full intentions of reading this, but I feel like I should wait until it's not 80 degrees outside in fall. A book that was made into a movie. I have The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I have seen the movie. I love Emma Watson. I love the movie, but I thought I had read this, but I don't think that I have. So it will definitely be working its way up my TBR pile. The next one is a book that you bought solely based on the cover, which is Hook by K.R. Thompson. And look how pretty it is. I mean, it's so pretty. I also haven't read this book, but I'm really excited to get to read it. The next one is a book your friend loves. I have a friend who is totally obsessed with Hunger Games, and I have read all of the books, but I don't own a single one of them. So, Hunger Games. A book published this year. I also don't own a copy of this, but I want to read Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. As soon as I get a copy of that, I will be reading it. And then I have a book by an author you've never read before. This was the first Jojo Moyes book that I read. It was Me Before You, and let me tell you what. This book, the feels, I can't. So good. I want to read Me After You, but I haven't got around to it yet. I love this book. I also haven't seen the movie. I need to watch the movie. A book at the bottom of your to-read pile. It would be Hold Still by Nina LaCour. I was given this by a friend. I have absolutely no idea what it's about, but I'm pretty interested to read it. She usually gives me good books, so we'll see how this goes. Then I've got a book with a color in the title. This book has been through the ringer. It does not have its front page, but it is Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. I butchered that, but yeah, that's who wrote it. It is such a good book. I cried, and I don't cry in books very often, but it's so good. Especially if you like historical books, so good. And then I have a book by an author you love. So my favorite author is J.K. Rowling. So I have The Casual Vacancy, and I love this book, and I love J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling could do no wrong for me though, so there's that. Then I've got a book set somewhere you've always wanted to go. I've got The Cuckoo's Calling by Robert Galbraith, which is, as everybody knows, J.K. Rowling, but whatever. I love England. I love London, and I partially cheated on this because I've already been, but I want to go back so bad. So, there we go. A book you started but never finished. Also J.K. Rowling. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I read like the first, let's see, what page am I on? Wow, I really didn't go far. I'm on page 22. And for some reason I just set it down and never picked it back up. A book with a lion, a witch, or a wardrobe. And I chose Witch and the Wizard by James Patterson and Gabrielle Charbonnet, maybe? But I read this book in probably middle school, and I love this book. I wasn't a huge fan of the books that came after this one, but I love this book. A book with a female heroine. Now, I picked Stolen by Lucy Christopher. She's more of her own heroine, and I like that. I don't know, you would just have to read it to understand what I'm talking about. But it's so good. A book set in the summer. I picked Jumping Off Swings by Joe Knowles. It's not entirely set in the summer. It's kind of set all year round, but I couldn't find a book that I had that was set in the summer, which is probably really bad, but apparently I don't read summer books. A book of poems. I don't own a single book of poems, but I do own 2 different editions of the Norton Anthology American Literature, and I do periodically go through and read the poems. It has a lot of Edgar Allan Poe in it, and I am all about Edgar Allan Poe. So, oh god, that book is really heavy. A book you learned about during this challenge. I picked Saving June by Hannah Harrington, which I had completely forgot that I had, which is kind of came at a good time because I just finished reading Hannah Harrington's other book, Speechless, and I love this book so much. So I am really excited to start reading Saving June. A book that will make you smarter. Go Ask Alice by Anonymous. And this book, it'll open your eyes to a lot of things, and I think everyone should read this book. A book with a blue cover. I had a surprisingly large amount of books with blue covers, but I picked Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter by Seth Grahame-Smith, and I love this movie. And I haven't read this book yet, but I plan on it, especially now because it's spooky season and I love October, and Halloween is my favorite. A book you were supposed to read in school but didn't. Black Elk Speaks by John G. Nyhart. I was supposed to have read this for a religion class my 3rd semester of college, and I didn't. But it's, as you can tell, about Native Americans, and it's supposed to be really good. So I'll probably still read it, but I didn't when I was supposed to. A book everyone but you has read. And I feel kind of bad about not reading this, but The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I've never read this book. I want to read this book, but for some reason I read the first 5 pages and put it down and never pick it up. So maybe I'll read it someday. A book with a great first line. I'm going to read the first line. The way I figure it, everyone gets a miracle. Like, I will probably never be struck by lightning or win a Nobel Prize, or become the dictator of a small nation in the Pacific Islands, or contract terminal ear cancer, or spontaneously combust. I mean, technically it's 2 lines, but the first line was like 5 words. It's so good. So good. Paper Towns by John Green. I love this book. Then the next book I've got is A Book with Pictures. And I have The Tale of Jemima Puddleduck by Beatrix Potter. And it's so cute. And I mean, look at the little pictures. They're so cute. They're so cute. I love this. I even have a little duck that goes with it, and she's wearing the little outfit. And it's so cute. Then next is A Book from the Library. I don't go to the library often, and when I do, I don't get a lot of normal books. So I'm kind of boring. I have 40 digital photography techniques, the 3rd edition, because I'm a boring person in pictures. A Book You Loved. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling, the queen herself. This is my favorite one. I have Harry right there. But I love this book. Granted, I have my thoughts, and the feels are real, but I still love this book. A book that is more than 10 years old. And it's, honestly, you're gonna know this is a million years old, but it's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. And guys, this edition of this book is probably well over 50 years old. It's so fragile. It's such a baby. And it's got pictures. And it's so nice. I love it. It's so cute. And then a book based on a true story, which I picked Girl Interrupted by Susanna Kaysen. And I took like a day and read this book. And it took me 3 weeks to get over it. This book, oh my goodness. I also recommend everyone reads this. It will change you as a person. It's so good. So good, but so terrible. So absolutely terrible at the same time. And that has been the 26 book challenge. I will post the original, well, the one that I saw, in the description box below, so you can go and watch it and show her some love. And I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and have a nice weekend. Goodbye.